Welcome to part 4 on our series on the male identity crisis. What's going on for men right now? Why has the manosphere appeared? And what's going on for men that might be leading to this, and what can we do about it? So in the previous video we talked about how late capitalism and increasing wealth inequality is squeezing both men and women. In this video I'm going to talk about the education gap, and this is something that we don't talk about enough because women are outperforming men at every level of education except postgraduate. Now you might say, well, that's just how it is. Like if we think about a 20-year-old undergraduate doing their bachelor's degree, you might say, well, if women are doing better than men, the men, they're adults, they just need to pull their socks up and work harder. But we're seeing this at every level of education. We're seeing 7-year-old boys being outperformed by 7-year-old girls. Now, is it a 7-year-old's fault? Are they lazy? Are they just being stupid, not behaving? What's going on there? Surely we can agree when we look at a 7-year-old that the problem is the system. That the system is failing boys. It's not teaching them in a way that they're able to respond to in the same way that girls can. And this is a real problem because if we think about changes in our society, we went from the kind of farming agrarian economies into the industrial revolution. We're now arguably in the kind of service internet revolution. And if we think about what society needed for work traditionally, it was strength, right? You need to be physically strong to do things like farm labour. And that suits men quite well because on average, men are stronger and bigger than women. But in modern society, it's all about education. And that's a real problem when boys are being left behind. So if men still have this idea that they need to be the provider, but actually we've built a society where it's easier for women because what pays the big money these days is high levels of education, and men are, specifically boys, young boys, are being left behind by this educational system. They're fighting this ridiculously uphill battle, and how are they possibly supposed to win? So leaving boys behind at every level, right from primary school, where I think we can agree that it's not men's fault that they're being left behind in primary school because they're kids. This has two problems. One is that education is a real source of self-esteem in itself. Like, I'm really proud of the degrees I've got. Not everyone gets that chance because they haven't had the chance that I've had to go out and get that education. And the second is that it makes it harder to compete in the job market. And what we've talked about in previous videos is that men draw a lot of their identity from their work. But if they're unable to compete fairly because the education system is leaving them behind, it's no wonder that they're going to be frustrated, that they're going to be looking for answers when it's not a level playing field for them.